Hi guys, and welcome back to Cor Meets World. Today's guest is Tolu Dapo Adeyemo, a poet, writer, and creative originally from Maryland. Tolu uses poetry and their blog as spaces to think out loud, unpack identity, and tell the kind of stories that stay with you. Their work is reflective, honest, and rooted in lived experience, blending personal growth with cultural observation. This is Cor Meets World, and this is Tolu. Hi, Tolu.
Wait, that was really cute. I love that. Oh, hi.
Yeah, I try to put like a lot of thought into the intros, especially after Isaiah's, because he really liked,
That was true.
thought
I did
behind
see
it.
that. Yes.
Yeah, like, and I really want the audience to know more about you than just this interview, or this episode. But yes, Tolu has a lot of work that you can look into if you want to plug yourself.
Yeah. So I have a Substack at Tolu Wannabe. And it's also in my Instagram. But you know what? The blog, which is also more important, Afrocentric Academia as well. Just like look it up, and there's like work from since I was like 17 that I was writing. And what else? Oh, I'm vice president of EROT on UNC's campus, which is UNC's premier and only spoken word poetry club. And we're having two shows this semester, one in February and one in April, most likely. Come out, follow our Instagram at EROT Poetry, EROT Poetry. And yeah, if you want to see me perform, you know how to reach me. Thank you.
Yes, and circling back, I wanted to talk about the fact that you have been writing for such a long time. And before we even met, I had read some of your work, and I think it was
Really?
yes, it was because we had talked on Patio.
Oh, yes, I
Yes,
remember
and
that.
then-
Yes.
Yes, from there I like followed you on Instagram, and I think you had posted something about like was it college essay?
Yeah.
Was it your college essay or was
Yeah.
it about college?
It was I posted my Common App essay because when I initially wrote it, I was in like kind of like a hard place. Like it was like regarding like coming to terms with like being more open about my identity as like I was entering adulthood, and also like my parents like really not messing with that. I grew up in a very traditional Nigerian Christian household, very religious, and I think my parents were introducing me to God from a young age, but also like there was a lot of pressure that came with that, to the point where like when I was doing my college stuff, like in high school, my parents didn't read a single one of my essays. They didn't read a single one of my essays. I didn't talk to them at all about the college process, because I was going to write about stuff that was true to me, and they didn't want to hear any of that. So,
Exactly.
but no, yeah. When I wrote my Common App essay, one of my friends, Judy Wynn, she encouraged me to post it on or like post it on my blog and like post it on Instagram or something so other people could read it. And I was like, okay, sure. Honestly, I think I could see what you mean, because she was like, oh, like people should read this. Like I felt like this could like really help someone. And I remember it was during my first semester at Carolina. This girl that we didn't have any mutuals whatsoever. I had never seen her before. She like DMs me randomly, and she was like, hey, I know you don't know me, but I just wanted you to know that I stumbled across your Common App essay, and it inspired me so much that I came out to like my like Nigerian Muslim parents, and I need you to know that like you changed my life, and I hope you keep writing. And I was like, oh my God, I literally teared up reading it. I was like, wow, that's so crazy. Like it was kind of like insane seeing like my words have like a tangible and like material effect on other people, and like that encouraged me to like keep writing. And
Yeah,
so
and I remember reading it. I remember now that we're actually talking about it, I remember reading your Common App essay, and I was so impressed because I was like, number one, writing at that level in high school is just insane
Oh,
in
that's
general.
pretty sweet.
Like like obviously everyone's college essays are good, but like yours was like different, right? Because we've all read like Common App essays, we know
Yeah.
what they're like, but it was more than that, and you could tell that you were a writer and you knew how to express yourself and your
Thank you.
emotions and your feelings. And I had a similar thing too. Like I resonated so much with your Common App essay, and I don't know, like from that point forward, I thought you were so cool, and then obviously we became
Thank
friends.
you. I always thought
'Cause-
you were so cool.
No, because like I remember all of this and then we met for the very first time at the Honors Carolina orientation, which was
Yep.
in June of 2022.
Yes.
We are now in January of 2026.
26.
So it's been
Wow.
like almost 4 full years of us knowing each other,
been a
being in each other's
minute.
lives. And we've been through so much together. Like
Girl.
it's been like it's been a ride. Like these 4 years have been a ride because we start off like just from where we started to where we are now, both of us is just crazy because we started off and we became friends because we were both honors Carolina. We were people of color. We were queer.
Yes.
And we were assured at Mr. Keenan Flagler.
To
Four
the school.
things that we shared in common that a lot of people on this campus can't relate to any of those. So
yes, exactly.
Having four in common.
I was like, oh my God, like who is this? Like I need to know more of him. Like no. And like even at orientation, I just remember how we just
it was immediately. It was immediate.
Like it was so much fun. I still look back on the orientation where I met so many of my friends today.
Jessica,
Jessica, MJ, Lemin, like so many of my close friends that I met. I'm like, oh, like so looking back.
Long ago, we had no idea what we were doing, and I think we had no idea what we were doing, and we just wanted to take advantage of every second we got for that one. I think it was like 2 days, like 1 or 2 days.
It was literally 2 days,
and we were just doing anything we could. I don't think we slept.
We were up way too late that first night.
Yeah, because that's when, and this is such a random like part of this memory, but I think that was the night that "Break My Soul" came out.
Oh my God!
And we listened to it together for the first time.
We did,
and it was.
Wait, I remember that.
Do you remember that?
I do remember.
Like we were sitting there and we were like, "Oh, Beyonce's dropping a single," and then we all listened to it together. And I don't know, it was just such a magical like night. And then for some reason I like remember Zoe.
Yes,
there.
yes.
And she was like, I just thought she was so funny. Like she was so pretty.
No, oh my
so
gosh.
Funny,
I
so
remember
cool.
like coming from especially I was an out of stater, right? And so I was really nervous about having black friends at this PWI because I went to a majority black high school. Like my friend group in high school was like majority black. It was what I was used to. And I was like, dang, I don't know if I'm going to have that again. So coming to honors orientation and just immediately finding this group of like driven, funny, smart, kind black students, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like everything's going to be okay. Like
From
I was
that orientation.
Yes, no, like genuinely, like cause I came back home like feeling really like renewed. Like I was like my excitement for college was like reignited because I remember I was really nervous about like going so far away because I knew I wanted to get out of Maryland to like, you know, like go and like, spread my wings or whatever. But it was also like, ooh, I'm scared because like all my friends are going to be at UMD.
Exactly.
What's up?
Yeah.
But honestly, the way things turned out, I couldn't be more blessed that it did this way.
Because from that moment forward, we kind of like shared so many moments. We shared so many like experiences too because we went through that whole freshman year, you know, in the assured admit class, in the honors program, doing the exact same things, and then like also experiencing a lot of to be blunt about it, challenges of being black, queer, but then also high achieving at, you know, a PWI, but specifically at UNC in the South. And like, it was a lot. And we had very different experiences, but at the same time we could relate and we had those shared experiences as well.
Yeah.
Because I'll never forget you told me the story about when you went abroad. You know, things like
yes,
like
being in Hungary, girl. Oh my gosh.
A lot of different experiences. But then I had a different experience, you know, going abroad in London with some of the same people.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because then we could go and reconvene and sit and talk about it and say, you know, I feel this way about it and I feel this way about it. And then that kind of informed our separate journeys, I think, throughout UNC moving forward.
Yeah.
But then also it was so cool to kind of see how like we evolved because we went in, I feel like we both came into UNC with very specific, like, okay, I want to do this. And then it just changed. And it was so cool because we kind of separated in a lot of ways, like, I guess, with our goals, which is so cool because we're individuals. But then we stayed together in the sense of like friendship. Yes. And that's what I really appreciate.
I agree. I think about this, and I've been thinking about it a lot more often recently, especially because now we're in our last semester here. Yeah. About how that stint of me being a B school baddie and all that, it was like, you know, I really tried it, y'all. I tried my hardest. I mean it. And you know what? I think for me, it was just more so like I needed that experience to kind of like inform me of like you said, like of like our different journey, like things like that informing us of our different journeys, and like me needing to like take a chance on myself and do something that I'm not that sure about because it might have a bigger payoff for me personally in the long run. And I'm glad that I did, as far as like changing my major to or applying to Hussman instead. And like now I'm going to be graduating with a degree in advertising public relations come May. Thank God. Amen. But yeah, like I think, I don't know. This it was also a really important part of my development because like I think I had spent a long time like just doing what I was supposed to do,
Right.
what I should do, the sensible option, especially coming from like a traditional African household. Like
Yeah.
there's one thing I like to say, like there's only 4 things a Nigerian child is allowed to be: a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, or a disappointment.
Right.
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 And so basically, essentially,
Right.
like you just need to do like in like a lucrative, well-paying, important job. And for my parents, they found out I was going to UNC for business. They were like, "Oh my God, that's perfect! Yes, finally!" Like
Investment banking, finance, all that.
yes, and that's girl. I thought I was going to be a consultant, and I
You
still.
did. You did. I remember that. You did. Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, you guys, I'm gonna do like casing and stuff."
Case studies. Yeah.
Case like yeah, no, it's I'm glad that I took a chance on myself and just like, just like biting the bullet,
Right.
just like and like taking a chance on myself as far as like, will I be successful in this other field? Rather, even if I leave, like having a shared admission, because I remember I was telling people that, oh yeah, I was thinking I'm going to change my major. They're like, oh my God, like people killed me in your position. Like I wouldn't do that if I were you. And I was like, well, guys, good thing I'm not you.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd give it to you if I could. I don't need it. And I'm glad I did. I'm so really proud of everyone, of all the other assured admits who like stuck it through. Because first of all, there's still sometimes I'm like, New York, it's really nice.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
No, I completely understand. So get it. And I like am so rooting for you guys, especially the Black business baddies. Okay, because we used
Because it's like at Cuban Flagler, it's different. Like you face different challenges than on the greater UNC campus because it's like there it's even more concentrated. And then it's even more of experiencing microaggressions or experiencing being kind of uncomfortable in certain, like I always tell the story of like when I knew I was interested in real estate, so I went to real estate club and I was the only like person of color in the room. I think there may have been one other girl, but then I never saw her at any other meetings. And I was kind of uncomfortable. I mean, just because it was like 70 people in this room and I'm the only person of color. Like, I was like, that's odd. Like, I don't like being in this environment, but I know that in order to pursue the career that I want, in order to be successful and meet my goals, like, I have to, I got to get used to it. But I think over time, like one thing I'm appreciative of being in those scenarios is that I feel like it made me learn how to leverage the things that make me different in order to be successful. And I think that like having that motivation, I was like, okay, I'm going to be on exec because if I'm going to be the only Black person in here, then I'm going to try to change that. And then that led me down the rabbit hole of getting super close to these people at the end of the day, and then like super successful students in that field.
And I'm glad, and I'm proud of you.
Such a different experience, but it was like we needed to each go through our things. But
and that point you made about like highlighting the things that make you different to like get you to where you want to be, like I completely co-sign that.
Yes.
Because I think honestly, my single biggest strength in my time here at UNC has been my commitment to authenticity.
Yes.
I think in every room I walk into, I have to show up as myself. And I remember last semester, my twin brother came down for our 22nd birthday, and he saw the way I interacted with my friends. And when we came back home from winter break, he mentioned to me, he was like, I really respect that, like, for some reason, I assumed that you'd be super different at school, and you're like almost exactly the same. Yeah, the same person I know, and I really respect that you're the same person everywhere. And I'm like, thank you, because I generally try to be. I think that's like that honesty about who I am, and the honesty about like what I want out of my life as well. Like I think that disarms a lot of people, and I think that's why I find it easy to connect with people as well. Like because I'm a pretty honest person. I'm an open book. I try to. What do I have to hide? Right. No one answer that question, please. I think that's honesty is the best policy. It's gotten me so many places. I think it's been my biggest blessing. And I think that also like goes into my journey even getting here to UNC, where like I feel like I talked about my queerness and like being Nigerian in my comment up essay, but I also talked about my religion
Right.
and my faith, and how I felt like, despite what other people might say about my queerness and like what that means, like I know I am the Lord's vessel to make other people who are in this position or in a similar position feel like are allowed to be themselves.
Right.
Feel like they are not like a mistake, because God doesn't make mistakes.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, like that's, I think that's kind of like what I could say, like what I feel like my calling in my life would be, like to be authentic, to like encourage other people to do the same thing. That's how I can touch other people, and that's how I want to continue doing it.
Definitely, because I feel like you inspire a lot of people to show up as themselves, like in a lot of ways, and I think that's like a lesson that I kind of learned from you early on in our friendship, like that first year of being friends and things like that. Like, because it gets harder and harder the more you're being forced into these spaces, and like you have to go here where you're not exactly fully accepted, fully included, and things like that. So I think that inspired me and like led me down a lot of the different paths I've taken, like whether it's like the CEI board or doing different things. Like,
and I've been watching you. You've been eating. Period.
It's like inspirational to me, and it make like, because I want to show up as myself, but I also want to make sure other people feel included, and I think you do a really good job of that in your day-to-day life.
You do as well. Don't worry. It's not just me.
Yeah,
we're all in this together.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Trust me. Don't pat yourself on the back, girl.
And I think like just our presence and existing here, I can tell kind of has an impact on younger students, especially like me and Raven. We were just like giving a talk for the Future Business Admits, and after the fact, like it was like 10 Black girls like walked up to us at the B school, and me and Raven both were kind of like, where did y'all come from? Like, it's so many, like, this is crazy. And we were super excited to talk to them, and they had so many questions for us because they were scared. Like, to be quite honest, they were scared. They were like, we don't think we're gonna like it here. And we sat and talked to them for like an hour, just about the things we've done there, and like how to navigate the space and things like that. And it was really impactful and really important. And it's like the fact that we even exist in this space and we're able to excel, and then also be that kind of helping hand to pull people up and say, yeah, like, you can do it too, especially when they're younger. It's just so nice. It's so nice to be able to do.
That's really
and I think I pull a lot of that. I do pull a lot of that from you and your
Thank you. That's
so
really sweet.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And I hope you know that, like, just like that story you told tells me that the people who I wished I had when I was in a straight admit in the B school, that's exactly who you've become.
That's what I'm trying to become.
And I love that.
Yeah, because we both were looking for that.
Yeah.
When we were because we were so young. We didn't have anyone like to look up to, really, like that looked like us at the school. It was isolating. It was very isolating, and it was a little odd. So we literally were like looking to each other, like me, you, Raven, Jessica, like all of us coming in so early. We just like looked at each other and leaned on each other in those times. So it was really nice, and like I think also your presence kind of holds a lot of people accountable in a way when they're in those spaces, and I feel like you do that. You definitely did that earlier on. For all of us, like you were like, okay, yeah, like we're gonna stay, Black, queer. We're not gonna like code switch too hard when we get into these corporate spaces and things like that. And that was really, I think that was very inspirational. And I think, so it was nice.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I definitely feel like, honestly, I've tried code switching to at least a certain extent, and sometimes it's fine, but other times it generally, I feel like it makes me worse at like networking. Honestly, like. I just feel like
being yourself, and then it's like
obvious. Exactly. Like it's like it's a little stilted. It's a little bit like awkward maybe. Like I've noticed, like when I'm just being myself, when I'm just like responding, of course, like with sense, but like like still like something like I would normally say. Like I feel like that like helps me connect with people a lot more. And people like give this advice of like, oh, like when you're in an interview, like you should make the interviewer laugh like at least once or something.
Yes,
Right.
I gave some people that advice because obviously, like, one of the biggest interviews I've ever had, which is, where I'm ending up post grad, interviewing for that internship. I remember, like, the last interviewer, we laughed the entire time. It was so funny. And I walked away from it. I didn't think I got the job. Like, I didn't think I got the
Really?
job because, like, because of the other candidates I had to sit in a room with to wait to be interviewed. I was like, I'm not gonna get this job. But so I was like, okay, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna, like, answer the way that I need to answer, but I'm also gonna, like, try to talk to these people and connect and have a good time in that way.
Right.
And after the fact, I ended up getting the job, and I was like, wow, like, it's crazy. And then sitting and talking to my interviewers after, now that we work in the same place, they're like, yeah, like, you came in and, like, we loved your energy, we loved your vibe, like, you made us laugh, but you were also, you were able to answer the technicals, but at the same time you were a person, and, like, we could talk to you. So I think, like, it's super important to, like, just show up, be yourself, do that, do all
Right.
those things,
Yeah.
every single time. But
Yeah.
authenticity, all those things, I've learned so many lessons from you over the years.
Thank you.
So
That's really sweet.
thank you for being, like, a light, such a great friend, and yeah, 4
appreciate it.
years of it at this
I
point.
know you make it easy. You make it easy, Corey.
4 years,
Thank you.
but yeah. Now, one other thing that we always had in common
Nicki
was
Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. So if anyone,
Past tense.
yes. But if anyone knows me, you know that was. Oh, it's still hard to get used to.
No,
I was the biggest fan of Nicki Minaj that I think I could have been at the time. Like, I went to see her twice in 2024. She was my most streamed artist. I don't think I've ever had a more streamed artist than Nicki Minaj. If I go on my Apple Music replay, I actually went back recently because you know how you can go back through the years.
Yes.
Nicki Minaj has always been my most streamed artist. This year, she was my most streamed artist. And I love her. Like, I loved her because, and the thing is, it was always, for me, it was always more than just, like, another musical artist. And it wasn't just because the music was good. That was obviously a part of it, and she was my favorite person to listen to. But I think as a kid, as a queer kid in a small town, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how that is, and especially, like, being in the South, being in Maryland, whatever. It's the same. At the end of the day, it's the same thing.
Wasn't cute.
Religious family, things like that. Like, things aren't easy when you grow up that way. And I think for me, when I first started listening to Nicki Minaj, I was like, what, like 2012? So, like, I was like, I wasn't even like 10 years old yet, and I loved the music, but then also, like, I loved the confidence she exuded, the way that she put she spoke power into her fans, she spoke power into the lyrics, and she was just this confident woman that had a fan base of people that I could relate to. So I think, like, that over the years just kept growing, and I just grew to love this person. I guess, like, more the idea of this person, because it connected me so much to that little boy that was listening to Nicki Minaj when, like, Itty Bitty Piggy came out, which wasn't even that wasn't even a real song. It was like a remix. It was huge. And when Pink Friday came out, and, like, I remember that. I remember the perfume, like,
no, yes. Oh my gosh.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And, like, it was those small moments led up to me just being a stan. And then the music, we can talk about the music for days. Hey, this might be a hot take, but I don't think there's a debatable separating the art from the artist, but we'll talk about that later in a second. I don't think there's a female rapper, dead or alive, that has had the impact, the longevity, or the lyrical prowess of Nicki Minaj. Like,
I hate to have to agree. I really hate to have to agree, but yeah.
And I mean, like, you could bring up Lauryn Hill, but I mean, you can't really. That was one album. And that was like R&B or something.
You're really funny.
Really rap, like,
no.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad.
Well, you made points.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and, like, the thing is, like, Nicki's been genuinely, like, throughout the years so consistent with it too. Like, it's kind of undeniable.
It's undeniable because you can go from Pink Friday 1, her first album, to Pink Friday 2, her latest album. Sorry, Pink Friday 2, her latest album that she dropped December of She dropped Pink Friday 2 December 2024. Every female rapper dropped the album in 2025. Nicki Minaj's album was still the most streamed album of 2025. And like, that's crazy. Is that not a crazy fact?
You know,
like, that's wild.
It's a little, yeah,
That's
she ate
wild.
that.
And everyone said she was being replaced, but you can go from Pink Friday to Pink Friday 2 and still pull bangers out. That's
being replaced. Replacing. There's no such thing as replacing Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was one of the greats. Unfortunately, again, we'll get into this.
Right.
We might have lost. We lost. You know, like.
And okay,
but
well,
all I'm saying is like, you can't replace Nicki Minaj.
Right.
Nicki Minaj is something completely different in her own right. Nicki Minaj changed the game for other female rappers. There's so many female rappers.
She's the reason they're here.
She's a lot of
the genre
she said
was
they were.
dead.
She said that she was their mothers, and she said she had sons, and she wasn't lying.
They all stem from
Sons.
her. And if you look back, female rap was dead from like early 2000s to Pink Friday debut 2010. I think it might have been 2011. There was no female rap. Everyone was still like, every time you brought up female rap, they'd be like, well, we used to have Lil' Kim. But you know what I mean? Like, there was no genre, but she made a lane, and she came in with Young Money, and the things that Lil Wayne, Nicki, and Drake did, their debate, and people try to compare them to other groups. There's no, hey, what rap group is topping Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj in the 2010s?
I can't give you a name.
Can't give me one.
Can't give you a name.
And so basically that's the point. That's why I was such a big fan of Nicki Minaj, because I had seen her dominate, and then not only revive the female rap genre, dominate rap.
Yes.
And if you're not being misogynistic, you can admit the fact that Nicki Minaj is one of the greatest not female rappers.
And I'm really glad you said if you're not being misogynistic, because let's call a spade a spade.
A spade.
Nicki could rap circles around a lot of y'all's spade.
It has. Like, play Monster. She was on Monster. She was on Monster with debatably three of the greatest rappers of our time.
Yeah.
Kanye West. Who was the other one? Okay, no. It was another Jay-Z.
Oh, okay.
That's who I was thinking of. Jay-Z, Kanye West, and I think Rick Ross might have been on there, but he doesn't matter. But how do you get on a track with Kanye West and Jay-Z and just nobody even listens to? I skipped to 3 minutes and 24 seconds every time.
No, like, I'm glad you know the exact time, because I was gonna say, in which verse do I know the words to?
No, any other ones. I mean, hey.
Well, let me get this.
So that's the point. Like, it's like she was the GOAT, and it didn't matter what anybody else said, and that's just what it was. Now, she recently, if you don't know what we're talking about, you know what we're alluding to. She recently had been making, kind of like right-wing conservative takes on Twitter for a while now. But the thing is, I kind of didn't see that as a huge deal for me at first, just simply because to me, I'm like, okay, she's a celebrity, she's a millionaire. But when I see a celebrity or I see a millionaire that's not actively speaking out for certain topics, I'm going to assume that they are conservative, which I also want to talk about later too. So I didn't really mind, I was like, okay, whatever. She has, some conservative views, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But I think the only part that I wasn't able to look past was the interview with Erica Kurt.
That was a lot. Oh my God.
That was a lot.
I saw that. My jaw dropped.
I couldn't believe it.
First of all, she was, and see, here's my thing, right? Because let's really just jump into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dive in.
Like, you were talking earlier about how, like, she made you feel like more seen as like a young gay black boy. And especially because, and I think also like Nicki's presence, like, gave a lot of gay black boys an opportunity to interact with the rap scene in general. Because like now like Nicki's like championing it for like the girls and the gays, and you're like, oh my God, period. And she's like seen as like a good rap, like a objectively good rapper. Yeah. All of a sudden, now there's like this whole part of black culture that's been kind of like maybe like a little bit like out of reach for you. Yeah. You felt like a little out of place, and now you found your place in that genre. Yes. And now you want to tell me decades later, you're getting up on a stage in front of God knows how many other people saying, If you're a boy, it's okay to be a boy.
Be a boy.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
That was the part.
What?
And that
Oh
was
my god.
that was really annoying to me. And then also saying like how brave like JD Vance and Donald Trump
Like,
were.
really?
It was like a few specific things. Because if she would have got on a stage with Erica Kirk and like had a conversation about maybe her right wing policies that she supports or things like that. Because honestly, I don't think that the entire like right wing or conservative, Republican Party, I don't think everything about them is terrible. But so if she would have did that, then maybe I wouldn't be like at the point with her I
Right.
am. But she went further by making like microaggressive homophobic comments and then also towards to an
Yeah.
audience of people, and then also giving support to the man who is taking over our country and ruining millions of lives
that's what
on
I'm
a day-to-day
saying.
basis.
Like, I'm just
I
kind
can't
of
look
like,
past that.
it's so much. And my thing is, Nicki's already done so many other questionable things.
Yes.
That other people have been like falling off here and they're like, oh, I don't really mess with her anymore. Like, oh, she kind of lost me a little while ago. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't even know where this came from.
Right.
Mind you, I'm Nigerian. I was already irritated when she got up on behind that podium and was like, there is no religious persecution or the religious persecution
the
happening
UN.
against. Yes,
At
like
the UN,
speaking on
yes.
Nigeria at the UN, talking about like what persecution is happening in Nigeria. Girl, it's a lot going on in Nigeria.
Right.
What do you know about what's going on in Nigeria?
Exactly.
What's going on? Like, what are you talking
That
about?
was my issue as well.
I don't know a single Nigerian that like agreed with her. What
Right.
like what are we talking about?
Yeah.
And so
And I saw that too, because I was confused. I didn't know what she was talking about.
I was like-
So then I went and researched it, and I was like, wait, that's not. And then because like it wasn't a targeted. What I found when I researched that particular topic was that it wasn't a targeted like attack on Christians in Nigeria. It was an attack in Nigeria, and the statistics said half of those people were Christian, half of those people were Muslim. So why are we?
The statistics in Nigeria generally half Christian, half Muslim in the
Exactly,
population.
yes,
And
yes.
so it's just kind of like, okay, so why are we framing it as an attack on Christians? Oh, so the U.S. is an excuse to interfere.
Right.
I already
That's exactly what it was. It's
not-
Christian nationalism.
Okay.
In the United States.
Thank you.
And that's
not to get too woke on here, but I already don't agree with the foreign policy. So like,
Right.
please stay out of my country.
Exactly.
Please stay out of my country.
And speaking of woke, this is where I want to transition into my issue, however, with the response to Nicki Minaj. Because my response to this was, okay, I can't publicly get on any of my forums or social media or platforms and say, I stand Nicki Minaj. And I won't ever do that again. Because at the end of the day, with these celebrities, we do have to see them for what they are and we have to see them as people. And if this person is someone that I feel like is directly going against my identity, then I'm not going to support this person. And I feel like that's fair.
Right.
However, that's the decision I made, as a fan, as a listener, whatever. But I feel like the response to this didn't make sense to me. And I think the selective outrage that people have and the way that, and this is going to be me honestly going against the woke left. I feel like this showed how performative people are when it comes to the things that they stand against. And the reason being is because I had made videos in the past that were, very popular about Nicki Minaj, and when videos go viral, the way it works, they're constantly being pushed out. So my old videos about Nicki, I were getting comments. How could you say this? How the blah, blah, blah. And I'm getting backlash because those TikToks are up. Hey, I'm not taking TikToks down. I'm in the creator fund. I'm not doing that. Those were big videos.
Well,
I'm not taking them down. But I would go on their pages. Just a lot of them were Cardi B fan pages, and I'm like, okay, like some of them were Beyonce fan pages. Okay, some of them were, you know what I mean? And that's my issue, because if you're gonna be one of those people that speaks up against Nicki Minaj, I'm gonna need that same energy for Rihanna. I'm gonna need that same energy for Beyonce. I'm gonna need the same energy for Cardi B, every like a dozen other female rappers, because the things that they have done, like, not to make it a comparative thing, but like the things that some of these people have done and are currently doing, and then in their business endeavors and in their personal lives, you're a hypocrite if you can tear down Nicki Minaj and not tear down these people. Now, mind you, I'm someone who is also not a stan of the people I just listed, because I can say, okay, if I don't agree with the way that someone is conducting themselves or their beliefs and things like that, then I'm not going to be a supporter.
Yeah.
I was at Cowboy Carter, but but that was honestly, I didn't get awoken to the Beyonce stuff until recently. Because did you notice how the media ran with Nicki sitting with Erica Kirk, but no one cared that Beyonce was at dinner with Ivanka Trump?
I didn't even...
At an event hosted by Beyonce?
I didn't... Is it crazy per se? I didn't even know that happened. Wait, but also...
this year, by the way. This was like
20...
the past few months.
Wow.
But the media didn't pick that up. And so when I saw the TikTok about it, I was like, there's no way. There's no way. So then I go back and look. Ivanka Trump, several other
no, what people. Is you doing there with all the...
What? No, literally. What? Literally. And then also going to Jeff Bezos' house for Kris Jenner's birthday party.
What?
Beyonce and Jay-Z were there. Oh, and I'm like, okay, so if you can be outraged at Nicki Minaj right now, which rightfully so, can we be real here and talk about all these other people?
This is true. And honestly, this opens up the door to like a bigger conversation about
huge
stan culture in general, and like I just feel
it's
like
gross,
okay,
I was a part of it. I can tell you,
nope,
it's bad.
It gets the best of
really bad.
It gets the best of us. Let me tell you, I'm telling you. I generally, like, people say, like, never meet your heroes. And I think, like, stan culture is a perfect example of that, where, like, we are, like, a lot of times you're, like, idolizing these people, and you're like, oh, my God, I love them. Like, they're so important. And, like, you are either blinded to all the, like, shady stuff they've got going on outside of their music or their presence, their, like, public presence or whatever, while, like, still, you know, like hating on other people's stands or whatever, like rival stand communities or whatever. And it's just kind of like you brought up a good point. And I was thinking, like, do I really stand any of these people? And I was like, honestly, not really, because for the things you were listing, I already knew, like, oh, I don't really... Beyonce, she makes really good music. Yes. Great
performer,
honestly, and I didn't go to either of her concerts in recent or either of her tours in recent memory, but I knew I did want to go to both of them, and so it's also a matter of just like me accepting it. At the same time, I really like her music, but I definitely recognize like her flaws, and honestly, like, what is she a billionaire now?
She's a billionaire. Jay-Z is a billionaire separately.
No ethical billionaires. No ethical billionaires, guys. How do you have that much money?
This topic is actually what changed my mind on that. Because honestly, as a business major and as someone who believes in capitalism and things like that, I did not agree with that statement until recently.
Kenan Flagler would flog you if they
heard this. Kenan Flagler would not like this. But I didn't believe in that. I genuinely didn't. I was like, you know... If someone starts a business and they get to that point and they become a billionaire, hey, that's kudos to them. But now, like, after really like watching so many videos and like really just thinking about the concept of what $1 billion truly is, I really am on that wave of like, there's no ethical billionaires, because who was it? Like Bill Gates recently, his net worth his net worth is a fraction of what it was because of how much money he gave away to humanitarian efforts. And I'm like, that is so admirable. Why are we not standing these people? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I also really like that about him, like the Gates Foundation, all that. Like, I think, I don't know, there are not enough celebrities that are like doing genuine good like with their success. And I think like now, anyone that knows me knows that I really like No Name. And I do want to say, like, if you don't know who No Name is, rapper from the south side of Chicago. She's been at it since, like, at least 2015.
Really?
Her album Telephone changed lives. Wow. Changed my life, okay? Still, No Name's my top streamed artist since, like, 2018.
Really? Wait, I need to look at this person.
Top 3 every single year, okay? Shout out. Anyways, the thing I really, really like about No Name, even aside from her music, right? She, very much for the most part, stands on what she believes in, and I think that's why I've been so like obsessed with her for so long. Is because like genuinely like she has this book club where like she'll like they like send books out to like incarcerated folks,
Right.
and so they can still like enrich their minds, so they can still like explore like things and topics that they're interested in, and so like they can also like resolve to like, oh, like, or like have new things to like look forward to, like when once their sentences are up and stuff, right? Especially because a lot of these men are like black men who might have been like wrongfully incarcerated and stuff, and so and she has like these book clubs in like different areas of the country. Like there's literally one in Durham that meets up sometimes, and I
Really?
still want to and I still want to try to make sure I get to one of their meetups before I graduate.
Yeah.
Because generally, but even if I graduate, I might be in Maryland. They have them in DC too.
Yeah.
Like it's everywhere.
So
I'm really
cool.
she's done so much, and like genuinely stands for what she believes in. Like money to the poor, like making sure that like we're eradicating. She raps about hating billionaires in her songs. Like her song Rainforest is literally about billionaires. It's so good.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying she's perfect. She's had a scandal here or there. There was that thing in 2020 with J. Cole. I'm still irritated at J. Cole. I think J. Cole, he was talking about something. From what I remember correctly, J. Cole was talking about No Name was on Twitter talking about how like celebrities need to use their platforms rather than being another body in the streets. Like, oh, you're marching, but like you have an influence. You need to use it.
Use your platform.
And J. Cole piped up and said, well, some of us don't know that much. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Like, I don't read books. She was like, you should read a book.
Yeah, like you should. I mean, I feel like the thing with celebrities with me is like once you get to that point, you kind of do have a responsibility.
Right.
And I'm not even necessarily saying like this is kind of a pivot, but like you do have a certain level of responsibility. And being a celebrity, it's a great life, but it's also obviously I know it's super hard, you know,
Right.
because they have
it's
a
challenges.
magnifying glass on them. But. And I think it's also so important to note when we're talking about this that I personally understand that celebrities are not, they're human. So like people are going to make mistakes. And that's why I'm not necessarily a fan of cancel culture because I don't think cancel culture holds people accountable.
I don't think cancel culture is real hot take.
I don't either because I mean look at Trisha Paytas. And this is where I was going.
So
I was circling back to Trisha Paytas. And because she's someone where I was like, when you know that's the quote I used, don't meet your heroes on the picture of us, because she was one of those people where I feel the opposite about like I agree with that quote, but I feel the opposite about that quote when it comes to Trisha Paytas, because Trisha Paytas, similar to Nicki, when I was a kid, like I was watching her eat in her car when I was like 13 years old. She's been posting since 2006, like when YouTube like became a thing. I was watching as a kid and like I saw her get canceled so many times. I saw her be like, wait, I didn't even realize. Sometimes she would be like, oh, I didn't even realize. You know, she just didn't know. And like, she's done so much between those eras and now to grow as a person and show and be transparent and show like, I'm a human. You know, I didn't know. And like, even like with Israel and Palestine, she said like she had said something crazy one time. And this was like 5 years ago. But she didn't even know that like they were that Israel was killing Palestinians. She had no idea. And she like, you know, circled back on it and then donated like thousands of dollars. You know, and then she also got educated on the topic. Like she made and she recorded all of this and like made efforts to understand what she did was wrong. And I think that's not only like influenced me because I'm like, okay, when I make a mistake, like it's okay, like you can just be better. But then it also my interaction with Trisha kind of changed my perspective on celebrities, because what like the things that she did not have to do. She saw this random person on TikTok dancing to I Love You Jesus and like decided to like bring me backstage and like follow me and, you know, speak so much life and energy into me. She didn't have to do any of that. Like 30 minutes with me, you know, backstage when she was supposed to be getting her makeup done just to talk. Like, and I was like, that's the type of celebrity that I want to be one day. But seriously.
Period.
It's like when that's different, because do you think Beyonce would have did that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of these celebrities.
No, Beyonce don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then like, because once I got into the Beyonce thing, I started thinking about Rihanna, and then I realized someone said that Rihanna's factories in Asia have worse conditions than Shein factories.
I did hear about that.
And then I decided to look into it. It's true. Like, and we are standing her. And then also not even just
Shouldn't
bring
make
it down.
music no more.
Right. she just sells products to become, maybe she's looking for 2 billion, right? And then also, not even just to drag down women, because I hate when people do that. Let's flip it to the guys. I think it's even a bigger gap when it comes to men in this in the industry and being celebrities. Because Diddy, in my opinion, Diddy faced less backlash than Nicki Minaj did for sitting on that stage. Like, the internet literally, like, just like tried to destroy Nicki based on that.
You're right.
No one cared about the disgusting things Diddy did.
Because what Diddy did was framed as a joke. This is a whole other this is a whole other conversation for a different day. But like, the way people do not take like these kinds of things seriously when it's related to any sort of like queerness, because like because the jokes are like poorly packaged homophobia. And then also, of course, like, because a lot of his victims were women.
R. Kelly. So, and this was my thing. Like, people were floating my comments saying I can't separate the art from the artist, but at your cookout, you're still stepping in the name of love every single chance you get.
Right.
And then also Chris Brown.
Don't even get me started.
So this, you know what I mean? Kanye West even didn't face this much backlash for being MAGA and being offensive and racist and everything under the sun, but Nicki Minaj just gets destroyed. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm mad at Nicki too, but let's even the playing field. You're making a point. If we're gonna be upset, if we're gonna be woke, then you can't pick and choose when you want to do so. That's kind of my opinion on it. And like, I just don't think it's fair to the way that was handled, in my opinion. And then, you know, obviously there's a lot with Rock Nation and a lot of other theories that are going on with the way that was handled, but I just don't think that that's a fair way to address Nicki Minaj. Like, I feel like Nicki Minaj, sure, maybe people like me and you, we can say, okay, I'm not going to get on the internet and say I support Nicki Minaj. Leave it at that. And I'm going to leave it at that, because I'm not going to actively try to, like, cancel and tear down this woman for, you know, making her choice. She made her choice. Freedom of thought, freedom of speech, whatever. That's fine. I'm going to make
my thing. Right. But these people who are actually doing like very crazy and like depraved things to other people,
and you guys just don't care.
First of all, and then, which also reminds me, I saw a lot of y'all at the Breezy Bowl. What's up?
I was about to say that.
What's up?
Everyone was at Chris Brown's tour. Like,
it was a lot.
Are you serious?
It was a lot.
Like, do you know that the things that these men have done do not equate? I'm so sorry. You're not going to agree with this. The things that these men have done, Diddy, R. Kelly, Chris Brown, Kanye West, they do not equate to what Nicki Minaj decided to do. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And and it's crazy because people are so weird about like Nicki's husband and like all these other things going on. But Cardi B admitted to drugging and sexually assaulting men, and no one cares, because people are saying, "Oh, I'm gonna listen to Cardi now." Cardi B is a rapist.
No,
like,
I never. And again, reiterating for public knowledge, Tolu did not say that they were going to listen to Cardi after Nicki.
That's
Tolu is going to go back to No Name, but Tolu never left No Name. But you're making a really good point, and I completely agree. I definitely feel like people like to pick and choose when they want to like throw the book at people, when they want to like hold people accountable. Like, oh, like, you're just glad that it's not your fave that's getting attacked by Twitter fingers. So, because if Beyonce, I'm so sorry, but if Beyonce did this, the Beehive would be like, well, but no, like, I'm like, no, like they would, because she has done adjacent things. No, because they would just be like, she's just misunderstood. She's just rich. Leave her alone. She has to do what she has to do. Like, okay, no, y'all want to keep a black woman down, right? Oh, hold on. Well, yeah, like, exactly. That's what they're gonna say. But yeah, I think overall, the point that I like want to bring full circle is that it's okay to hold people accountable, and we definitely should, especially when they have a platform. But we need to be very smart about not just doing it when it's convenient for us. You guys have not people have not liked Nicki Minaj in 2018 when all that hate train happened. People have been trying to find reasons to bring her down, and when things like this happen, the veil comes down, and it's just real. You don't care that Nicki Minaj was talking to Erica Kirker about anything she said. You care about the opportunity
to bring her down and to destroy her legacy, which she did on her own. But you guys, you know what I mean? It's like you're picking and
Some
choosing.
people are getting quite a bit of joy out of stomping on it too.
Right.
I can definitely admit that. Even and this is coming from someone who, like a while ago, was like, "Oh, Nicki Minaj like is pissing me off. I'm
Yeah.
gonna turn this off." Well, I turning it off happened low key after the Erica Kirk thing. Before that, I was still like kind of listening for real.
Yeah.
But it was still like, yeah, no, like I completely understand what you mean. It was it's unfair, and I do think that, like, you know, there's no need for us to be hypocrites. Let's hold everybody to the same standard of
Right.
of morality, right? And yeah, I don't know. I feel like we really got to get this stan culture thing under control, because
Stan culture, cancel culture.
like, we need to like stop enabling people to act a certain way. We also need to stop like punishing. We also need to start like, if we want to do anything punitive, it needs to be like in like proportional to like what they did, rather than just like
Right.
jumping on something.
Because I will say this one more time: Nicki Minaj faced more backlash than Diddy. That sentence is true, and it's insane to me.
Diddy became a verb,
He lit-
and Nicki, like,
let's be real. And also, I almost forgot one thing I definitely want to add. You guys are so weird, because why did when this came out, you want to know the amount of text messages I got from people saying, "So, what are your thoughts on Nicki?" I don't even know y'all. Like, it was people I didn't even talk
That's
to.
funny as-
It was
What?
crazy.
Yeah,
like, I
that's
was
funny
getting
as fuck.
people. If you don't have my number, why are you contacting me about Nicki Minaj? We're not friends, clearly. So people like Instagram DMs. Wait, Corey. So what do you? Because I hadn't said anything, and then I posted on my private story, and I was like, okay, like I posted on. That's why I made a post on my private story, because I was literally everyone texting me, like people I do not talk to, like Corey. So what do you think about Nicki? Because that's, and it goes full circle, because you don't care about what she did. You just want to see the downfall of Nicki. You want to ensure that the barbs are no longer barbs.
they wanted to see you squirm.
Exactly. And that's weird, because
Now,
like,
I
what are you
checked
doing?
in because I was generally like, "Yo, are you good? Like, are you good?"
No, that was different.
Like-
It's a difference between saying like, oh, okay, like, are you okay? Or like, do you, like, mourning Nicki is a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Versus, so did you see like what Nicki, like,
Like,
yes,
obviously you
I
saw
saw
it.
it.
Like, obviously
but
you saw
like,
it.
obviously, let me deal with this. And it was a lot. It was a like a week-long process of me decide, like, I was like, okay, like, let me just watch the interview again. Let me make sure, I heard that right. But yeah, like, I just thought that made me so, like, it was just such an icky feeling. But yeah, I just think it's an odd phenomenon that we are experiencing with cancel culture and with stan culture. But at the end of the day, and I'm not saying this in support of Nicki, but I just want to like say this so people know. Nicki Minaj's streams have only increased since the Erica Kirk interview. So for all the people praying on her downfall, hey, I'm not supporting her anymore, but your hate only adds fuel to the fire. And you can clip that. I'm gonna clip this. When her new album comes out, it's still gonna outsell, and it's okay. It's okay. It's true. It's true, because it's gonna be one of the better female rap albums that we get. So it is what it is. I mean, you can add fuel to the fire, but like, that's all you're doing is adding fuel to a fire, and it's gonna make those diehard barbs go so much harder. They're gonna mass buy harder. Whatever, she's gonna chart at the end of the day, and some of your faves don't. So I mean, hey.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Ooh.
but I don't know. But I definitely wanted to dedicate a big chunk to Nicki Minaj, because I hope this answers all your questions. But yeah,
This was the tell all.
yeah, this was the tell all. This was a sit down. So when anyone asks me moving forward, what do you think about Nicki? I'm just gonna refer them to this episode, because here you go. But yeah, also for future reference, if you don't have my number, never text me about a celebrity. Like, that's so weird. Like, that was so
No,
weird. I'm gonna clip
weird.
that right there. That was so odd of you guys. Like, it truly was. But yeah. Bye, Nicki Minaj. It's been a long ride, but I see this as a similar thing of like when you say goodbye to a friend that you just
Right.
have outgrown.
Yeah.
And it's okay, like, she's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
She's gonna be okay.
Yesterday's gone. We've gotta keep
Exactly.
moving.
We gotta
Right.
keep moving
Yeah.
on. So, yeah. But that's all I had to say about Nicki Minaj. And is there anything else you would like to add about the topic?
You know
We covered a
what?
lot.
You know who you guys should stream, actually? Stream Doechii. Doechii speaks up on...
Okay.
Whoa.
No, wait.
This isn't a safe space.
Wait,
apparently.
wait. I don't hate Doechii. I don't. Nissan Altima was...
You don't love her.
I could tolerate Nissan Altima.
You can tolerate Nissan Altima?
Yeah.
This is crazy. Nissan Altima was really... Have you listened to her Tiny Desk? It's so good.
No. No. Objectively, she's super talented. I can admit that. Like, objectively,
Why does
she's
it sound
so
like you're...
talented?
Okay.
But it's just not for me.
It's not
and
for
it's
you.
okay. Yeah. I feel like, because sometimes I listen to her songs and I'm like, why do I hear Roman? I'm sorry. It's true.
See,
That's
okay,
true.
now
That's true.
Actually, I have an actually hot take, and some of y'all might hate on me for this. I think we need to stop saying that every single female rapper ever is like copying Nicki Minaj.
Well, they should probably stop then.
I'm being so for real. I'm being so for real. Nicki's not the only female rapper who can have an attitude when she's rapping. Like, I don't understand.
But the thing is that I feel like the Roman voice is so specific. It's her signature. Don't do it.
Okay,
Don't do it.
The Roman voice is one thing. You can also still do a gritty voice or something. Doechii likes the theatrics.
The Barbie thing was fine, but Doechii, there was like this one verse where I was like, that sounds familiar.
And also, guys, I just feel like inspiration, first of all, imitation is flattery. Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
If you can admit that you're doing it. And that was my issue. Like,
Doechii gives her flowers. Doechii gives her flowers to Nicki, so not too much on her.
The other ones...
Well, good thing we're talking about Doechii.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I still don't really... I just can't. But
I just feel like she has so many songs that I really liked. Like, Name song?
So I can go and listen to it later. Because I maybe I'll try.
Well, aside from Nissan Altima, because generally Nissan Altima was really good. I think also Catfish was really good. And
guys, write this down.
The entire mixtape, Alligator by Superhero, the entire thing was good. I don't think there was a skip on it. And you don't agree. And that's okay.
That's okay. It's fine. No, it was good. I did like it, but I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna go back to this. But she's super talented. I do agree. She's super, and her stage presence.
I mean,
so
that's
good.
The other thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Doechii. Thank God, real performers are coming back. Because I'm really sick of the whole rappers walking back and forth on stage with a mic in their hand. I remember seeing videos of the Drake concerts. Like it was like our sophomore year.
So boring.
Drake concerts, just walking around a stage.
So boring.
Little kids sitting on some couch on stage or something.
Yeah, it was weird.
Ooh, like that's
Let's not get into Drake that y'all love so much.
Let's not.
But he was literally preying on Millie Bobby Brown.
I can't.
Like 16.
I can't do corny light skinned men right now. I can't do it actually.
So Doechii, no name, because we need to get some new people. I mean, I'm assuming there's some bars watching.
Doechii, no name. Now, if you want up and coming artist, and when I say up and coming, I mean up and coming artist who is inspired by Nicki, Trim. I don't know if you're Trim.
Okay.
Really good. Really, really good. Her songs have been going viral on TikTok. Like
Cash Kyla is so. I don't know if you know who Cash Kyla
I've heard
is.
of her.
Insane. Me and my best friend from home, Lex. Lex found her, but she's kind of small. But me and Lex know every single word to her songs.
Okay.
So good.
Wait.
Cash Kyla is amazing.
And this actually reminds me, I have at least one more artist. Now, I'm from Maryland. I went to high school in Waldorf, Maryland. In Waldorf, Maryland, there's a rapper known as SHAMBLES. Now...
Wait, I feel like I might have...
Exactly.
Or something.
Westlake Princess, Waldorf Princess, going global. Don't play with her. Wait. I heard her first song back in 2024. She was 17 when she wrote it. I was like, what is this? 2 years later, she's like, I mean, who's co-signing her? Rico Nasty.
Really?
Girl,
wow.
they're loving her.
Wait, that's so cool.
No, she's really good. I remember my mom is a high school teacher. last semester, my mom sends a video into the family group chat. She's like, "Who is this rapper? Like, all the kids are going crazy over her." I open the video. Breathe 3 starts playing in my eardrums. There's no way my mother saw Breathe 3 live before I did.
That's
What's
crazy.
going on? No, it was
That's
really
so cool.
no, but she's generally like really talented. There's this one song like something 3 blanks off me. That kind of like that's her song.
Yeah.
That's her song.
Yeah.
And like I'm telling you, like that's not first of all, in Between You and Me, that's not even her best song.
Really?
Like she has better songs. Y'all go look at her discography.
Okay.
It's
I
really
will
good.
actually.
She's
after
been
this,
working. I'm
Yeah.
really proud of her actually because I've never seen this kind of hustle from a high schooler before.
Yeah.
Okay, hasn't even graduated yet. Like watch out. So
And I think what's getting me, over is like YK, Butterby. Like I love the vibe. It's fun. I like, party. Yeah. But after the Nicki thing, I was like, should I start making music? Because I need something I like. And the thing is, like, there's no rappers right now releasing music where I'm like, Natalie Nunn, Doing What I Want is my favorite song right now.
I would do what I want.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, but I was like, oh my God, maybe I should get in the studio and like really like, maybe I should just do covers of Nicki songs so I can listen to it in the car. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But yeah, definitely find the artist that you want to listen to, that you can relate to and agree on, and like the kind of person that
not Doechii apparently.
No, Doechii is good. It's just not. She's just not for everyone.
Like why?
That's okay. I like Doechii. She's good. I would love to see her perform.
It's the way it looked like painful. Like, you're saying that, like you're so unserious.
No, I like her a lot.
Okay, period.
Like a similar way that I like Ice Spice. Because I do like
a really
Ice
good
Spice.
comparison.
I like Ice Spice. So nothing
sometimes
crazy.
Ice Spice, I be moving.
Yeah, Baddie Bad or Baddie Baddie or something. There's a new song came out. But yeah.
Okay.
Overall, no longer a barb, but I can say she's the GOAT. Do I think there's gonna be a female rapper greater than Nicki Minaj in my lifetime? No. Do I think she's the greatest female rapper of all time? Yes. Is she top 5 rappers alive? Yes. That's my opinion. That's not gonna change because she's MAGA. But yeah, I mean that's how I kind of want to, tie that up in a nice little bow.
And that's how Sue sees it.
And that's how Sue sees it. But yeah. Cor Meets MAGA Barbie. Yeah, that's gonna be the title of the episode.
Cor Meets MAGA Barbie.
Cor Meets MAGA Barbie.
I love
yes.
that.
But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you check out Tolu's blog. Also EROT shows coming up.
EROT shows again in February and April. My Substack at Tolu Wannabe, TOLUWANNABE. I told myself I'd be posting monthly on it this year, so please stay tuned. I have a lot of words to say and I never stop talking. So look forward to that. Thank you.
Yes. All right, bye. Oh, thanks guys. Wait, I had 3 sentences in my head that I was about to say. I was gonna say, bye guys, thanks for watching. And I was gonna say, thanks for watching, bye guys. And then all of it combined in my head. I have dyslexia. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.